Hey everyone, it's Pastor Caleb, and we are 2 days away from Commitment Sunday for our congregation. What an exciting day as we move forward in our congregation's history to reach out to the generations that are coming. Before we get there, I want to make sure you know all the details about what's going to happen on Sunday, so there is nothing left to chance and nothing left to your imagination, all right? On Sunday, we are going to have commitment cards for every single person. We will put the commitment cards in the bulletin. You will receive them on your way in. If you still have your commitment card because you put it up on the fridge or you put it in your Bible or you've been praying over it for these last 4 weeks, God bless you, bring that piece of paper along. That'll be really meaningful that you prayed with that piece of paper as you thought about the generations to come and the generosity God has shown you. But if you've lost yours or forgot where you put it, we have commitment cards for you. During the worship service, I'm going to preach the final sermon of the For the Generations to Come sermon series, and then I'm going to give us all a chance to write down on our commitment card what we are ready to commit. I'm going to give you a minute or two right in the service of silence so that you can just take that time to pray, to talk to your spouse, to talk to your family about what you are going to write on that piece of paper. I hope that you've thought about this more than figuring out there at church on Sunday, but if that's the case, we want to give you that space to think about it and talk about it. Then, when you write down in those two blanks what you are willing to commit for an upfront gift to our congregation and then moving forward into a lease, and then an increase of your offerings by your monthly amount, when you've written those numbers down, we will have time for you to fold that piece of paper up, take it to the plate that's near the front of the church, and set it in that plate as your commitment to God. Now, I want you to understand a couple things very clearly. It's not about the money. I can say it 20 more times, but you want this video to be done. So it's not about the money. If you have gone to God in prayer and you've come to the conclusion that you can't increase your offerings for whatever reason, whether you don't have the finances right now, you've already been giving generously, you don't want to give $1 to this church, that's fine. Write 0 in both those blanks and still put it in there, because we as a congregation are a team. And whether some of us can give $100,000 or some of us can give $100 or some of us can give $0, that does not make any one of us more valuable than any other. Remember in Jesus' parable of the talents, when the 5-talent servant brought back 5 more talents to the master said, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with what I have given you. Come share your master's happiness." And then the 2-talent servant, who obviously mathematically did less than the servant who had 5 talents, brought his 2 talents plus 2 more to his master. And you know what his master said? The exact same thing. "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with what I have given you. Come share your master's happiness." Whether you can give 0 or something more than 0, please put in your commitment card, because we are a team. I want you also to know that it's not about the money. I'm not going to look at your commitment cards. We're going to have our treasurer look at those commitment cards and give us a whole number that our whole congregation gave together, because it's between you and God. It's not about the money. I frankly don't care. My salary doesn't go up. I don't get any benefit from any of this. This is about you and God and our ministry together. So if you write 0, don't worry. That's between you and God. It's not between you and me. Finally, I want you to keep praying, because right now is when Satan is going to work the hardest. He knows we're close. We're close to making some great ministry happen, and he wants nothing more than to see that fall apart. He wants to see a congregation ripped apart so that it can't do more ministry. Don't let him do that. If you have any other questions about what's going to happen on Sunday, please call me. Please email me. My number and my email address are on our website, and I would be glad to talk through any questions or concerns you might have about Commitment Sunday, because I think it's going to be an exciting moment in our church's history, and we're going to look back on this Sunday and say that was the start of something special. I will see you on Sunday. God bless.